AJ Usyk quickly?
Yeah, AJ knocks Usyk out very conclusively. Left to right, left jab stroke cross that puts Usyk down or out. Then he just ping, 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 ping. It's done.
So you're thinking inside 6-7 rounds?
100% inside 6 rounds. Doesn't go past. Yeah. If it does go past 6 rounds, it's because AJ wants it to go past 6 rounds.
Is that because of what you saw from Usyk in the Chisora fight, perhaps?
Yes, and what I saw from AJ in the Pulev fight. That Pulev fight told me what I needed to know about AJ in terms of where he is now, patience-wise, and he's in his prime now. And this is where you're going to see the same way Andrew Golota seemed like he was a danger to Lennox Lewis prior to the fight because he had a couple of tough fights with Riddick Bowe. No, Lennox went out and said, no, levels this game, bing, 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 go to sleep. That's exactly what AJ's going to do. He's going to go out there, okay, you tricky Southpaw Olympic champion, oh, good for you, undisputed cruiserweight champion, yeah, bam, 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 go to sleep, and that's it. That's going to be pretty brutal.
And then Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3 is...
Those are the words of David Haye, and he gives his prediction on AJ versus Usyk. He says that he beats Usyk inside 6 rounds. If not, AJ wants it to go farther, and then at that point, he's playing with Usyk. You know, let me counterpunch. I feel that David Haye falls into the category of the usual doubters of Usyk. He's been a usual doubter of Usyk. Not necessarily a hater, but a doubter. Now, some people could throw that into the same category. But I think I always look for the reasons or an interior motive of why a fighter or a person picks a certain fighter. Okay? You have to look for the links to that fighter. What's the links to Usyk and David Haye? Well, there's a couple. Okay? David Haye suffered 2 upsetting defeats to Tony Bellew. And one thing I notice about fighters, when they get defeated by certain fighters, they become automatically a fan and definitely an admirer of that fighter. So they become the ones that's cheering that fighter that beat them on, hoping that no one else beats them, because then that would make them look worse. Okay? And Usyk's Tony Bellew was no exception. Tony Bellew supposed to win against Usyk, and then Usyk shut Tony Bellew down, knocked him out, I think, in around 7 or 8, and that was a wrap. Okay? And after that, I think that Usyk's next challenge was Derek Chisora. Well, we know David Haye was managing Derek Chisora at that time, so of course he didn't give Oleksandr Usyk, first of all, the respect of being a heavyweight, because he was a heavyweight currently, and I don't think he liked the idea of Usyk knocking out the guy that put him down twice. Okay, because again, that made him look bad. So now he has another challenge. Oh, I got Derek Chisora. War's going to really bring it to him. Yeah, he's going to take him out. So that's not going to be the case. You know, even though Chisora always makes a good account about himself because he always comes to fight, he didn't beat Oleksandr Usyk, even the guy that was coming up. Okay, now you have to remember, David Chisora gave guys like Dillian White hell for 23 rounds, right? Or at least 22. Okay, and a lot of people thought Derek Chisora beat Dillian White the first fight. So, you know, and then here comes Usyk comes in, ping, 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 right? Tricky southpaw, like that's no big deal to David Haye, but at the end of the day, a tricky conventional guy got you out of there, and his name is Tony Bellew, and Tony Bellew thinks that a guy that has better footwork than him got him out of there, and his name is Oleksandr Usyk. Okay, so now we have AJ, which he's been a fan of AJ for the longest, and this is AJ, only once beaten AJ, 2-time unified heavyweight champion AJ, right? He should be able to dispatch Oleksandr easily. See, so here is yet another person that David Haye doubts, okay? And it's more like, yo, okay, what's what's the deal with, with Usyk and David Haye. I think I think everyone will have or will be a hard critic on someone that has reached farther limits than yourself or don't want you to reach certain limits. Like Bernard Hopkins and Triple G. Bernard Hopkins admitted it. Like, hey, I have vested interest in this guy not beating Canelo. You see what I mean? Bob Arum doubts Anthony Joshua as well, right? And well, Anthony Joshua in this case, because he didn't think Anthony Joshua could beat Pulev. He stopped believing in him when he was beat by Andy Ruiz. And of course, Andy Ruiz used to be with him in his promotional company. I think this is no different. I think David Haye looks at Anthony Joshua, hoping Anthony Joshua is too big, too strong, too powerful to finally put this guy away. Because remember, this guy, which is 18-0 with 13 KOs, has never tasted defeat. And I think David Haye is looking for that guy to beat him because then he can finally go, thank goodness. Finally, somebody's took this motherfucker out because he's done me over 2 times. He retired the guy that retired me, and he beat the guy that I managed. Okay, so I think definitely there's an incentive for David Haye to want Anthony Joshua to knock him out in 6 rounds. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.